Hello there. Thanks for joining me for my little budget video today. I wanted to take this since we're at the beginning of September. As I'm filming, it's September 5th. I wanted to take this beginning of the new month to kind of reset myself. I feel like August was really scatterbrained for me. I think just school starting, and then just the new schedule with the two babies. I think I was just all over the place and overthinking a lot and underthinking in some areas. So I'm going to use this as a good September reset, and hopefully we keep at it for the rest of the year. So I wanted to start off with like kind of a September preview. What I want to do at the end of the month is do like a little recap. So that is what I made here. I wrote out all of my house bills, is what I call them. So everything to do with our home, everything that has a due date. So all of our home expenses, all of our debt repayments, and then some subscriptions. Yeah, that's pretty much what that sums up as the house bills. And so then at the end of the month, I want to tally everything up and then write in what we actually spent on the month. I know I do this weekly, but it's nice to kind of get a general overview format as well. So I wanted to do that. So I'm going to do that for our house bills. So this is pretty much anything that has a due date. And then I have what I call weekly bills, and that's like our weekend money, our gas money for the cars, our grocery, daycare, and lunches. So those are expenses that we have every week. And they don't necessarily, well, I mean, daycare, I guess, does have a due date. But the other ones don't necessarily have a due date, but it is like a time of the week that we need to shop for it. Okay. And I never have time to like decorate. I have baby with me during my lunch break right now, so I'm trying to speed through this and before my high schooler gets here, because I am still really nervous to film when my family's in the house just because they can hear me. I don't know. I just get really nervous and shy. So, yeah, I have to squeeze it in my day. So yeah, so that's our weeklies. And then I will write them in here. I've just been all over the place, as you can tell. Okay, so also part of that is what I call spending categories, pretty much kind of like sinking funds, I guess. It's things that we normally spend on, but like there's no due dates or anything. So like the dogs, dog food for the month, and then I want to start saving a little chunk, a bit for their vet visits. Tell them. So yeah, so at the end of the month, I want to do a recap of this, but this is also kind of a mini preview of the month. Okay, and then this, I have broken down my month of September per week because me and my husband he gets paid weekly. I get paid bi-monthly and we're just regular W-2 employees, no other income, which we have always talked about doing something for the side, but we haven't yet. And so I'm going to count August 8th, or blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I'm going to count August 30th as week 1 of September for us, because the house mortgage. The house mortgage comes out that week. So that's it's due on the 1st. So I'm kind of basing it off of that, the 1st to the 1st for us. So, and then it'll go through, technically through October 3rd. Oh, baby yawned did this. She made me yawn. Okay. So I haven't totaled anything up, or anything yet, but this is just kind of how I do my overview of the month. And so then it'll allow me to see what's our income minus our bills, our house bills. Right now we are heavy relying on credit cards to meet the rest of it, because if you're not new here, that would be a good thing to also do with this whole recap, is my monthly income versus my monthly expenses, because I don't think I really know. So yeah, it would be good to know our income versus expenses, because I don't think I really know. I think I've just been budgeting weekly and just trying to keep up as we are. So that will be good to do. But yeah, I was kind of excited that I had a little bit of time and got to really like lay this out fresh, you know, put in my colors of the month. I'll have to go in and write all of these other amounts and the totals here, but, and then I'll maybe, yeah, so I'll show you guys that later on. Today, like I said, is Thursday the 5th. I have not caught up to this week, filled anything in yet. I wrote my expenses here, but some of them are not up to date. Let's see. Yes, that's up to date. Capital One is up to date. Amex is not up to date because my husband hasn't been able to send that to me. I don't know what the on point balance is going to be because he has to send that one to me. The other cards, and I have balances for these, but I have a note off here. But yeah, so let's go ahead and put these expenses onto our budget week to see where we are. Because tomorrow, technically, we close it up because this goes till Friday for food. And just to close it up, so everything is... Hi, everybody. So the first half of the video was a couple days ago. Today is Friday the 6th, the first thing in the morning. So I just thought to pick up wherever I thought we were and kind of go from there. We'll probably jump around because I need to go back and maybe share a little bit more about about my overview and my plans for that. Oops. I'm trying to figure out a good distance so you guys can see the numbers, but okay, I think that's good. Babies are in the house, so, and let's do this before we have to start work. And we have a kind of half day because we do have an appointment later today. Okay, so let's try to close up this last week. That was August 30th through yesterday, September 5th, slash today, because my food budget does go from, well, I write down till Friday, and I don't know what we'll be spending today, so not done. I'll cover Friday on this coming Monday when I post another video. So we have $130 a weekend for spending, $120 for gas for our cars. I have $60 a week that we put towards our kids' school lunches. Our mortgage is $2,600 now. It's crazy. We have a Discover card that I budgeted $200, but the actual payment already came out at $223. I budget our food, which is supposed to be from Sunday to Sunday, all meals and any eating out. I put that at $300 a week. My toddler's daycare is $135 a week. We have a Capital One card that I budgeted $300 for the monthly payment, but it actually came out to $146. Ziply Internet, $107, already came out at $107. Our insurance, this is our cars in our house. I budgeted $242. It just came out yesterday at $437.39. I think this is the second month that it comes up that high. I don't know. We did get a new car, but it isn't anything that much different from our previous car. So yeah, I'll have to tell my husband again to call and figure that out. Our water bill for the house, I budget $100, and it was actually $129.24. So our total is $1,697, including the mortgage. The total is $4,297. I don't add the mortgage like per se in our budget because my income covers the mortgage, I think, almost exactly. And so I just budget based off of my husband's income, and then my income is for the mortgage. We don't split it. We don't split it up like that. All of our money goes into one account and all the bills come out of one account. We do have individual credit cards, but just because we were lazy and annoyed of the process of adding each other to our credit cards, but it's not like my money, his money, your bill, my bill. It just made sense in my brain that's how I split it up. My income, yeah, it just made sense in my mind like that. So I just budget off of my husband's income, and I know my income goes towards the mortgage. I should be keeping better track of it because there are some paydays of mine that are less, and I don't know if I hit the mortgage amount or not. So then that eats into other money. And then it trickles down to why are we over budget? So maybe I should be just track somehow better about that. But so in total this week of bills that are coming out is $4,297. That's so crazy. But yeah, so I tracked my expenses up till now. So I already have them here. So we'll go through them here. I do want to ask this. So we did a Costco shopping trip the other day, and it ended up being $390.68. I knew that we were going to get like restock on diapers, formulas, that kind of stuff. So I was like, okay, that's fine. But in my expense tracking, how should I break that down? Because I want to know how much of each thing we're spending on, just so I can break it down per the category, if that makes sense. I know the simple budget, she writes it on her expense tracker like this, Costco total, and then she breaks it down, what she buys. So like I would put a line for like a total of food, and then I could put a line total of, baby and toddler and house and dogs and whatever. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're silly. But that to me, I feel like for me and the way we buy things, it's gonna take up even more space. I don't know. So I thought maybe breaking it down right underneath it. But also with that, since I just write my expenses down viewing my accounts and not my receipts, I will most likely just keep going and then forget to leave space. So I thought that. And so with that, I thought, well, maybe I'll make a completely separate, like, part 2 expense tracking. And kind of separate it. So I have what card it came out of, you know, what transaction, when. I just always like to know. What happened? Vente. So in this Costco trip, it was $16.99. The Lysol sanitizing wash for your clothes, $52.49 for my toddler's diapers, $19.89 for the big jumbo pack of the kitchen napkins, or the rolls of napkins. Oh gosh. And then $19.99 for the big pack of toilet paper. So then that gives us a total of $109 with 36 cents. But so like this is for house, this is baby, this is house, and then this is house. They didn't have formula. I did not get diapers for my toddler. So let's total up what we did this weekend. So we had Burger King for lunch, I think, one day. We did get coffee on Saturday morning. We normally do. We had pizza for dinner. And then we had donuts on this separate day with home coffee. So we spent $132.21 this weekend. Okay. Okay, so much editing. All right. Baby is down for a nap. Hopefully that stays. We totaled up the weekend, which was $132.21. All of these 4 transactions were on the same card, so I don't have to split that up. So let's go ahead and put that in here. Oh, so we did go over budget. $2.21. I'm not going to close up gas because it's Friday. Well, yeah, let's close it up, because if we refill today for any of the cars, which I don't think mine needs, but it'll be taken from this new budget, this new week's budget. So let's just put gas here was $33.05. And that was also on just one card, so I don't have to split anything up. Lunch, I'm going to leave it open because I haven't transferred the money over. So we haven't paid the mortgage. We have up until the 15th, and my husband is super forgetful. So I have to tell him that. Let's go ahead and total up what food this week was. So I think we did a pretty good mixture of eating out and buying groceries to make at home, which I know I keep saying that I want to make like a meal grocery thing. I just haven't, but I want to. So let's see when I can get that. Oh gosh, okay. So as of right now, I'm going to do this in pencil, because as of right now, our total is $468.54 for food. But Friday hasn't closed up. We still have lunch. And then I think I need to buy some stuff for dinner today. And honestly, that's even if we make dinner, because story short, we might buy more stuff today. So this is not closed out. So we're doing it in pencil. So yeah, we're already super over budget, $170 over budget. Okay, let's see if we can finish this. This is a crazy morning. Okay. So yeah, food over. We're not going to close it up yet. And I think that's it for the week so far. So I'll do all the totals up and finish up Friday and show you guys that probably in the next video. With the purchases and everything, I don't think anything was out of category. Okay, I already lied. This. So this is where I think I should maybe put like a general kids account. So one of my sons is in sports right now, and this was sports pictures. Oh yeah, this is a DoorDash? $25.60, but I don't recall, like, we don't really DoorDash. So I don't know if this was one of my sons and they paid my husband back. So I don't know. I have it highlighted there to ask them just to make sure. But okay. So yeah, $35 for that. And then he had like a sports physical, and then he ended up buying his own cleats, but so that I know my toddler's going to start gymnastics soon and maybe another sport. And then I think all three of them, and maybe all of us as a family, we want to start going to an MMA gym, maybe, as like a workout for all of us, really. So I don't know, maybe should something like that be like in a general kids fund, or do I just let it go? Because I know putting a category to every purchase can be a little bit stressful, and then that's how you end up with like 100 sinking funds, spending categories. And I don't want that, but at the same time, I just like to know where the money's going, and if it's like a routine thing. Like I know sports is a routine thing, right? My middle schooler is going to start high school. Football is going to be an ongoing thing. Gymnastics is an ongoing thing. You know, MMA, jiu-jitsu, something like that for the girls, and if the boys want to continue it, is going to be a thing. So should I make like a kids fund, a sports fund, extracurricular, something like that? Just so I can see, because necessarily, I mean, to be honest, everything is going on a credit card, and we'll get into that later. But let me know how you do that with kids stuff. Or if I should be even really tracking it, or just let it go for right now. So, okay. So that's that week. I will probably do a second video to set up this week's budget, September 6th through September 12th, or 12/13. Well, thanks for sharing your guys' time with me today. I'm sorry this is all over the place and jumping around, but this is reality for me. This is how, it's just one of those seasons where my brain is just having to hold a lot of different things. So join me soon to set up this next week and kind of go over this next week's stuff for our family. It's the start of the weekend. Jump into your budget, do it, or check in. Plan your weekend so you're on budget, or just plan your weekend so you get everything done. I know for us it's going to be a heavy cleaning weekend. My mother-in-law will be in town the following week, so I just want to get everything ready. And yeah, plan some outings for her and the girls to spend time. She will only be here, I think, about 2 days, so just over the weekend. And I also want to sneak in a date night with my husband. Yeah, so I'll let you guys know if that actually happens. But enjoy the weekend, get into it and do the things you have to do, and then do the things you want to do. Bye, guys.